will start straight away. This program is organized jointly by Pune International Center and Ministry of External Affairs. And as you know, this program has already earned a great deal of reputation internationally. In fact, some of them have started calling it Davos of the East, so as to say. So we are very happy about this, particularly in the light of the fact that we always used to call Pune International Center as International Center in Pune, making sort of a difference to the entire world. So with this brief opening remarks, I hold over to करता करविता या सगळ्याचा हे आमचे गौतम आपल्याला त्याची माहिती सांगतील.
So welcome everyone, namaskar. As many of you must be knowing that Ministry of External Affairs of India, they sponsor every year 3 big international conferences. Most famous of them all is what is done by ORF in Delhi called Raisina Dialogue. It is more a geopolitical conference. There is one more conference on technology, and the third one is this geoeconomics conference, which is now in its 7th edition. Pune International Center has conducted the last 4 along with Ministry of External Affairs. As Dr. Mashelkar was saying, the last 4 of these Asia Economic Dialogues have been organized by Pune International Center. Before that, it was being organized in Mumbai by another organization for 3 years, but we took it over in 2020. 2020 was a physical conference, which we did here in Pune at JW Marriott. Then we had Corona, COVID, so for 2 years, 2021, February 2021, February 22, we did it online. It was a completely online conference. But this year, we are now back to a physical conference. It will be starting on the afternoon of 23rd at 4 o'clock and the whole of 24th and half day of 25th by lunchtime we will finish. Now the title or the theme of this year's conference is Asia and the Emerging World Order. So in our inaugural session, where we are expecting to have, we will have, not just expecting, he has confirmed Dr. S. Jaishankar, External Affairs Minister of India, will be here in Pune. He will be at our conference. And the inaugural session will include him. There will also be the Finance Minister of Bhutan, Lingpo Namgyet Sering, and the Finance Minister of Maldives, Honorable Mr. Ibrahim Amir. So 3 of them will be in conversation. I will be the chair of the conversation. And we'll be talking about this Asia and emerging world order. Is there some new world order which is actually emerging? Ha pehla prashna hai to, the first and most basic question. And if there is a emerging world order, what is India's role? What is South Asia's role in this emerging world order? So we are going to have Dr. Jaishankar and finance ministers, not foreign ministers, because ours is geoeconomics conference. And we believe that our External Affairs Minister, of course, they are financing the conference, but he can also talk about geoeconomics. So that will be the inaugural session. Immediately after that, we have had, at least Pune International Center, what we have started doing is that there is always one big industrialist of India who will do a fireside chat. So last year, if you remember, and those of you who have covered this, Dr. Mashelkar was in conversation with the head of Reliance Industries, Mr. Mukesh Ambani. This year we will be having Mr. N.R. Narayan Murthy. Again, in person, he is coming to Pune. Of course, all of us know that the roots of Infosys lie in Pune. Both Mr. and Mrs. Narayan Murthy and many others, they were here before they started that company. So there will be a fireside chat for about 1 hour by Mr. Narayan Murthy. He will be in conversation with one of our members of PIC, Dr. Ganesh Natarajan, who himself has a lot of experience in software and running companies and so on. Also, as many of you know, this year is G20 and India is president of G20. So we have a very important component of this conference which will be about G20. That will be on the 24th of February. And we have, unfortunately, our conference is clashing with a G20 meeting in Bangalore, which is where the finance ministers and central bank governors of the G20 countries are meeting. But we will be having Mr. Harshvardhan Shringla, who is India's chief G20 coordinator, with us physically in Pune. He will not only talk about India's vision for its G20 presidency, but as many of you know, we will also be having the consul generals of both Brazil and South Africa. Why Brazil and South Africa? Because after India, the presidency of G20 in 2024 will go to Brazil, and in 2025 it will go to South Africa. So we'll have a session where we will be talking of how the global South will shape the G20 agenda. And we'll have the Indian and a Brazilian and a South African representative there. So these are some of the very interesting sessions which are going to take place. There are a whole lot of others. There is one on pioneering socially responsible business in the emerging world order. There is one about climate change. There is one about this, new currencies which are being talked about, cryptocurrencies. Mr. Dilip Asbe, who heads NPCI, will be here in Pune for that session on 25th. We'll have a session on metaverse. You'll find a lot of the details in the program we have given you. But highlight will be that on the 25th of February, the last session, which will be the valedictory session, will be addressed by Mr. Piyush Goyal, India's Minister for Commerce and Industry. He will be coming to Pune personally himself. So this year we are trying our best to make it a physical conference. Yes, there will be some speakers who have, for some reason or the other, not being able to come. They will then be with us on virtual or online mode. But the bulk of the speakers and the bulk of the conference will be in physical mode. So this will be Asia Economic Dialogue 2023. We are very happy that we are being able to, with all of you, पुणे का नाम रोशन कर रहे हैं और इसमें आपको हमारी साथ देना है ह्या कामात तुम्ही आमच्या बरोबर आहातच ह्याच्याबद्दल आम्हाला काही शंकाच नाही आहे. But over next week, over 23, 24, 25, we are expecting all this to happen, at least in our conference in Pune. I'm going to stop there and maybe we can open up for questions. And of course, I will depend on both PIC's Anmol Ratan, Ek Ram, Ek Lakhan, to help me answer the questions.
So we could open for questions. We had some new members of the media who joined us just now. Could you please introduce yourself? Who just joined?
Pathak, Maharashtra Times.